A steward is an official who is appointed by the legal ruling monarch to represent them in a country, and may have a mandate to govern it in the name. In the latter case, it roughly corresponds with the position of viceroy, governor, or deputy. It was also a term used to refer to the chief servant of a landed estate. Etymology. From Old English stillweerd, sti weird, from sti hall, household, plus weird, warden, keeper, corresponding to Dutch stadhouder, German Statthalter, placeholder, a Germanic parallel to French lieutenant. The Old English term stillweerd is attested from the 11th century. Its first element is most probably sti house, hall. Old French steward and Old Norse stavad are adopted from the Old English. The German and Dutch term is a parallel but independent formation corresponding to obsolete English stedholder, stedheld and stedward, steadsman. In medieval times the steward was initially a servant who supervised both the lord's estate and his household. However, over the course of the next century, other household posts arose and involved more responsibilities. This meant that in the 13th century, there were commonly two stewards in each house, one who managed the estate and the other, the major domo, to manage domestic routine. Stewards commonly earned up to £3 to £4 per year. Stewards took care of the lord's castles when they were away. Also, stewards checked on the taxes of the serfs on his lord's manor. Britain. The Lord High Steward of England held a position of power in the 12th to 14th centuries, and the Lord Steward is the first dignitary of the court. The Stewart family traces its appellation to the office of the High Steward of Scotland. Lord High Steward of Ireland is a hereditary office held since the 15th century. Low Countries. In the Netherlands, it developed into a rare type of de facto hereditary head of state of the thus crowned Dutch Republic. Stadtholders were appointed by feudal lords to govern parts of the territory. Stadtholders could be appointed for the whole or parts of the territory by the local rulers of the independent provinces in the Low Countries, e.g., the Duke of Gelre appointed a stadtholder to represent him in Groningen. In the Low Countries from the Middle Ages to the 18th century, this was originally an essentially honorary title awarded by the Spanish Habsburg kings to major noblemen in each province, but its nature changed drastically. Northern Europe. Danish stadtholder in Denmark, a ministerial high office of royal governor in the capital, at Copenhagen Castle. Norwegian stadtholder. In Norway the office of stadtholder existed both during the Dano-Norwegian personal union from 1536 to 1814 and during the Swedish-Norwegian personal union from 1814 until it was abolished in 1905. During the latter, the office was also known as Rigsstadtholder, i.e., Lieutenant of the Realm. The stadtholder governed Norway on behalf of the king. As Norway was a separate kingdom with its own laws and institutions, it was arguably the most influential office in both Denmark, Norway and in the Swedish-Norwegian realms, second to that of the king. The office was sometimes held by the crown prince, who was styled as viceroy. The term stadtholder means placeholder, i.e., the one governing on behalf of the king. The modern Norwegian spelling is stadtholder. Southern Europe. Ban of Croatia. The Croatian office of the Ban was equivalent of a viceroy. Ban was appointed by the monarch with a mandate to govern a part of country, or whole country, in the name of the King of Dalmatia, Croatia and Slavonia. Ban of Bosnia. Bosnia was a banat of the Kingdom of Hungary 1136 to 1377. During that period Bosnia was governed by an autonomous hereditary viceroy, called Ban. The last of them, Tvrtko, became the first king of the Kingdom of Bosnia. Eastern Europe. The Russian equivalent of stadtholder is posadnik. The term sometimes occurs as stadtholder in English language literature. Although there were such legendary pasadniks as Gostomizul, the term first appeared in the primary chronicle under the year of 997 to denote the most senior official of an Eastern Slavic town. The earliest pasadniks of the city of Novgorod include a dynasty composed of Dobranya, his son Constantine Dobranij, and Ostromir. Freemasonry. The office of steward, a grand steward, is an elected office of merit in Freemasonry. The main duty of the steward is to attend on visitors and to assist other officers in their duties. The grand stewards may provide special assistance at lodge installations. The steward's duel consists of a cornucopia with compasses above